So the first question is, what is your name and where did you grow up? So my name is Debbie Soni, and I have grown up uh, both in Congo and in the United States. So yeah.
My name is Creison Soni, and I grew up a portion of my life in the Congo, in Africa, and a greater portion of my life in the United States.
Okay. And the second question is, what was or is your favorite video game? Yeah, I don't really do video games that much. I do educational games, but not video games that much. But I would say tennis on the Wii.
Yeah, we used to play that a lot.
Yeah.
I like the FIFA, even though I lost every other game, but I like FIFA on like the PlayStation. A long time ago, I used to play.
Okay. And then what is your favorite sport that you enjoy watching? What is your favorite sport that you enjoy
I know
watching?
yours is tennis. I don't even know how. She watches it for hours. I don't get it.
And archery. I can watch this.
Oh yeah. I like watching ice skating, like those beautiful ice skates with like a girl and guy. They do a pattern, a choreography. It's nice.
Okay. So the next question is, do you have any pets?
No.
No. Have we ever had a pet?
No.
No. We've had dogs, but they're not pets.
Even worse, I've killed a fish. Well, not killed it. I forgot to feed it. I was babysitting. It wasn't mine. That sounds even worse. Yeah. I've been forgiven already, people. Calm down.
Unbelievable. Anyways, okay, so the next question is, what country did or do you serve in?
Oh, there's a lot of countries that we went and did service to. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you can start count yours.
I would say, so I've done missionary work, or at least service of some sort, in Congo, of course, where I was born, in Nigeria, in Benin Republic, in Canada, in the US, in El Salvador, in France, England, and Belgium.
For me, definitely Congo, USA, also Colombia, Belgium, France, UK, and Canada. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That is a lot of countries. Once you start counting them. So the next question is, how old were you when you first went on the mission field? I don't even think we can put an age, because our parents are missionaries, and they've been in the ministry for years.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, we did mission work when we were very, very little. When we were in
we
Congo.
would go with them.
We would go like to like different like small areas in other cities and stuff. But like our major first one, I guess, like where we really went
with the parents
do mission
or
work.
went.
Yeah, I guess I was 10, I guess, or something like that when we came really to the U.S.
To the U.S. Yeah, I would say also 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14 years old. Who was the first person that you met there?
I mean, we met a lot of. Oh well, the first time we really came to the U.S., if I should say, I remember we were welcomed by the beaches. It was the family, their mom, dad, and the two little kids. I remember I babysitted them one time too. I was like, I'm a kid, but it was fun. Very genuine people.
Yeah, I would say those are the people that we first met. Okay. So was it easy to make friends or difficult? It was difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It was difficult because we came from a French-speaking country. Even though our parents spoke English, they mostly used it to kind of have conversations so that we wouldn't understand. So we weren't really learning English. And so coming from a French-speaking country and coming into an English-speaking country, we had to learn the language, which made it very hard to make friends
Right.
when we first arrived.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, even just past the friendship thing, even us going to do again work back in Congo after having lived here, that
So long.
transition of like the difference in cultures, the difference in just thought process and things like that. So it wasn't so easy to relate those same ideas and ways of thinking with people even your own age who might speak the same language. It just wasn't exactly the same. It didn't flow the right way.
It didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you learn the language and or was that hard?
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
Hello.
I mean,
There's
it's like training your brain to think another way.
Right. Because the thing is, we had to do a lot of translating. You think in French or Lingala, and then you have to translate that into English.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember words like consequence. I kept saying and like independence, I kept saying independable. Like, it was just like, it were always keywords that were just...
For me, the word in high school that I'm so glad a bunch of my high school comrades, they helped me finally say this word right, because I had to say it at a speech for our senior class. And it was, I used to say inevitable.
Oh.
And they were like, no, it's inevitable. And I was like, inevitable. And they're like, no, it's inevitable. I'm like, really?
It's more like uneatable, unpronounceable.
So I must admit, it was pretty hard learning, but it's not as hard as learning French though. So we're glad at least we learned French before learning English. Right. So that's a good thing.
Right.
Yeah, le français, c'est une très très belle langue, mais c'est assez difficile.
I mean, c'est la langue de l'amour, hein?
Bien sûr, bien sûr.
Quoi. Vas-y.
Okay, so how long did it take you to learn a new language?
Yeah, it took some time.
I'm still learning, so I don't know.
True, but I think we also took like some ESL classes, which is English as your second language. So some of us took it for 2 years, some of us 3 years. So it really depends. And then obviously after that, you're still kind of learning.
And especially because once you go to college, there's a new way of speaking and a greater understanding of the language that you also get from there. Right. So you learn from there, and then you go to graduate school and you learn from there. So, and I mean, you keep learning all the time. Right. So I would say even French, we've been speaking French since we were little, but we're still learning even new words and new nuances in that same language. So.
Especially with the young people, man. They got some new phrases out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so where or how did you go to school? So the bus.
Yeah, riding the bus.
Riding the bus.
Our parents dropped us off a couple times.
Well, and picked us up a couple times.
There was someone who drove us, but at least when we came here to the US, it was mostly the bus.
Yeah, in Congo we had a chauffeur who would drive us, but here in the US we had to take the bus. Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
and we went to school in North Carolina, so
things to forget. God got us through it, so that's
about it.
Go ahead.
So next question is, what was your favorite thing about living in that country? I guess in the new country, what is your favorite thing about living in the US?
I guess I think the easiness of being able to go here and go there and travel here, ask for this and this service, the person comes to you, and you like just the the fact that a lot of things were easily accessible. For me, that was a big one.
I would say for me, it's still the thing that I like the most about the US is the roads. I mean, most of them are so well built, and you can go mostly anywhere because there are good roads. And especially when you're in the mission field in certain places and you find yourself in places where there aren't like accessible roads for you to get to where you're going. You thank God when there are roads.
And it's harder too when there's not really good roads, because you can't even reach those people there with the gospel and stuff. It's harder, or they have to travel to you
because they know the terrain better.
Right, and not only that, they have to travel to you because you can't get there. But then again, do they have the means to travel to you? That's where it gets also harder.
Yeah, very true. Okay, the next thing. How did you end up on the mission field, and what advice would you give to someone who wants to go?
Well, definitely through our family, our parents. It just happened.
Yeah, honestly, we would say that our mission field going started with our parents.
Yeah.
And of course, it has grown a desire in us to also do the mission work in whatever capacity God has called us, and in whatever industry or field He has called us to do so. Because I really think that even when it comes to the industry in which you thrive, that's your mission field. It's not just the idea of, I go to another country far away and that's me doing mission work. It can be that you are doing it in your city. It's just you're doing it in a specific industry, in a specific field, in a specific area. So yeah.
What was the second part of the question?
The second part of the question is, what advice would you give to someone who wants to go?
I'll definitely go, because I think one of the things that we need to realize in life, that life is not all about us. Like as cliche and as oversaid, people have said it so many times, but it's so true. I think we need to realize where we become the vessel that God really has placed on earth for other people. As much as, yes, we want to live a good life, God will provide for us. He cares for us. He first loves us. He died on the cross for me, but yet He has given me the ability and the opportunity to be on earth to really serve others. So He's able to do His will through me. Yeah. So remember that, it's not even about the fact that, people need, people, and people are in poverty. No. It's just think about the fact that, let me give of myself for God to use to bless other people, for God to use to speak to other people. Yeah. That's important. So remember and think of yourself as a vessel. That's how important you are to His kingdom, to His will.
And I would say an advice that I would give is to understand the part of that phrase, mission field, and understand the field part. That means you are going there into a field that needs to be either plowed, or the seed needs to be put in, or that needs to be watered. So understanding it from that perspective, you don't go with this idea that, I'm gonna make myself feel better. No. What are you bringing to those people, to that field? And also understanding, is there already a church there? Am I there just to water it? Is there
with a company?
A community that's already there? Work, am I there to add a seed, to put the seed down, or am I there to just plow so that someone else will come and put the seed? Understanding those things is very important when you want to go into the mission field.